So I woke up this morning and I realized that it has been exactly 1 year since the trailer for the Becoming Me podcast dropped, which is which just means that it's been 1 year since Becoming Me became real in the world. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have been listening to the Becoming Me podcast, whether you have been following every episode or just dropping in now and then when you see an episode title that calls out to you. I just want to say it means so much to me that my story and my voice somehow matters, and that somehow it is helping you find your story. So I can't believe it's already been 1 year, and so much has happened in this 1 year. I remember the first few months, I nearly died. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was trying to just push out episodes every week, and I realized that's really not for me. There are people who can do that, and they do that they do such an amazing job with that. But the kind of topics that I cover in this podcast, I think they're a little dense. They go a little deep, and sometimes it takes quite a bit out of me, not just to do the thinking, the scripting, or the recording, but I pour my heart out into every aspect of creating a podcast episode on Becoming Me, because it's me. I mean, this is the way that I do things, and all the more because these are sacred topics to me. Everything about becoming more fully human, more fully alive, more authentic, and this courageous journey into wholeness, which I am calling and I guess inviting every listener to make with me. um, this deserves, I mean, in my mind, in my heart, it deserves the best of me. As you all know, I've shared before, I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I often reflect, is it perfectionism that's keeping me wanting to keep the standards of production high? Partly, perhaps, but not really. I've really let go of a lot of things. But I really want to create something that I can be proud of, and not just something that I can be proud of, but the effort that I put in reflects how much this means to me, how much this work means to me, and how much I hope that what I share reaches you. And I want you to know, and I'm speaking to every one of you who may be following the Becoming Me podcast. Every episode, I try to make it a little bit like a work of art. My heart's in it, my soul's in it, my life's in it. And each episode carries with it a prayer that somehow the amazing work that I guess the amazing work that the Lord is doing to set me free to become more myself will also reach you, and inspire you and encourage you in your own amazing way to discover that your story truly, truly matters. So I invite you to say a little prayer for me or wish me well today on this first birthday of the Becoming Me podcast. Not so much, just for me, but for this movement, right? Say a little prayer for every person out there that is struggling to become more real, more authentic, who desires this, but is finding that the journey is full of challenges, because it is. But together, I really hope that we will discover that we're not alone, and that as we become more ourselves, that the gifts that we have been given, the unique ways that we're called to witness what it means to be more deeply human, more compassionate, more alive, that we can remind one another and the people in our own circles of influence that there is more to life than hustling, than being a means to an end, than treating other people as means to an end, that there is more to life than just existing, that for whatever length of time we are here in this world, we are called to change the world by daring to be our true selves and to offer the best and, as well as the sometimes the worst of of us, in an authentic way, always with humility, with patience and forbearance for ourselves and for one another, so that together, as tried as it may seem, we can make this world a better place. So I wish you all well, and I hope that you will continue to enjoy what I put out there in the Becoming Me podcast, forever long it may be, because my own hope is that this will not overstay its usefulness. So for as long as I feel called to share my life in this way, then the Becoming Me podcast will continue to be. But I ask for the grace that if the time comes that what is good must come to an end, that I also want to hold on to this loosely and let whatever I've put out continue to be out there and bless everyone for whom it may be meant for, but that I will also live lightly and joyfully and continue to whatever new adventure life calls me to, that God calls me to. And I hope that you will be there with me exploring those new frontiers as well. Thank you, and I wish you a very beautiful weekend.